Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am just getting our live up and started, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my dear friend Tia to get us going today. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful people.
Welcome, everyone. Oh my gosh, got some friends rolling in.
Right.
Fantastic. Hello,
Yes.
everyone.
Happy Saturday. Some places everywhere it's at least afternoon now. It's no longer morning for us over here in California. Hi,
Hello.
Zoko Moko. Welcome.
Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Today we're going to talk about some exciting stuff.
Yes, we are.
So I hope y'all are ready. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and get this live started. As you all come on in, today we're going to, of course, be talking about self-care, which is a part of your self-love journey. So right now, before we get into the full discussion, if you know of anyone who could really benefit from this discussion, then I encourage you to tag them so that they can join our conversation today. And so they can be blessed with all of this information that we're going to be providing and learning from you all as you all participate. So welcome.
Welcome. Tag them.
Yeah. So to get started, for those who weren't here and don't know me, my name is Tia Trust. I'm a life coach and the proud owner of Phoenix Nest Coaching. All right. And my co-host here is.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kayla Winters. I'm so excited to be here with you guys and with the amazing Tia. I am also a life coach as well as a yoga instructor and the proud owner of the Lunar Radiance Wellness Center. So this is our second IG live together. Second, number 2. I can't believe it already. I am so excited to be here. So if you haven't, if this is your first time with us, we just want to say a huge welcome.
Welcome.
And after this, make sure to go check out our last IG live together. It's in both Tia and I's accounts. We talked about what exactly it means to be, what is life coaching? What do we mean by life coaching and how is it relevant and helpful to you? So definitely make sure to go check that out. And if you are back, welcome back. We are so excited to have you. And with our last IG live, I also wanted to touch, we did a little fun sharing an intro of each other and bragging about each other. So definitely make sure to go check that out.
Awesome. So today, of course, we're going to break the ice. We're talking about self-care. So Kayla, I want you to start us off by telling us what's one act of self-care that you actively practice.
Yeah. So my go-to daily self-care is religiously doing my morning and evening routine. And so it's nothing special. It's just making sure I brush my teeth, wash my face, do my daily affirmations. And this really started for me when I was kind of going through this big depression state, where honestly this routine wasn't attainable for me. And I realized, I was like, wow, this is a problem. We're not taking care of ourselves, even in the littlest ways. And so that's when I was like, okay, this routine needs to be established. And even though it's really small, it's a really nice metric for me to be able to check in, like, where am I with my mental health and with my self-care? And when I see this isn't happening, I'm like, ooh, we gotta reel this back in. So it is definitely my go-to way to take care of myself, is just with this little simple routine. So how about you, Tia? What's your go-to way to actively care for yourself?
Mine is expressing gratitude. So there was a period when I was really struggling. I felt like I was just existing. And so I began doing it because I knew, my soul told me, this is where you need to start, so that you can really start enjoying your life and being intentional with my mornings, before everybody wakes up, before anybody could talk to me. What I do is I go and get a cup of coffee, y'all. Now this coffee is more cream than coffee. And it's really a way for me to connect with my grandmother. So my late grandmother, And I'm from Mississippi, so in the morning she would get up with her cup of coffee, go sit on the porch, and just hear the birds, feel the air on her face. And I wanted to do the same thing. And so I would go in my backyard, and still do go in my backyard, allow the air to touch my face, and just be present. And look at the birds chirping. Really try to enjoy what's happening. And so I started doing this, and it doesn't take long. It can start with 5 to 10 minutes. And so this really, beginning my day in this way, puts me in a positive space. Okay. So we want to start our days in a positive space. We don't want to start already in a bad space. So somebody said Maggie Ruth, that's my brother out there. Yep. That's Grandma Maggie. So I wanted to connect with Grandma Maggie in my morning routine, because that was important to me. Yeah.
I love that. That is beautiful. And I think something to really highlight similarities between both of our self-care journeys is we took that moment to ask ourselves, what does our soul need today?
Right.
What does our soul need today in this moment? And we noticed a common theme for me, that I needed that routine to take care of myself, and for you, Tia, expressing that gratitude, connecting with your grandmother. Yeah. It is so beautiful, and it really is so simple. It doesn't need to be long. Just asking yourself, what does my soul need today? And so we're going to be exploring this a little bit further today as we dive into part 1 of our 3-part series. Where are you on your self-love journey? So taking a moment, maybe if you want to share where you are in your self-love journey, maybe you're just beginning, and we are so excited that you're here today, because we're going to be diving into and defining exactly what self-care is, what self-love is, as well as confidence, sharing how that plays into all of this, and providing you guys with 2 extra steps to take on that self-love journey. We want to provide you guys with some action steps, that way you guys can be actively working towards that self-love journey.
Because you can't be with life coaches and not have action steps, right?
Yes, we're holding you accountable.
Right.
So Tia, you want to take it away with defining self-love for us?
Of course. So, all right, as I'm going to define what self-love is. So self-love, what it really is about cultivating gratitude and acceptance towards oneself. All right. So that's both physically and emotionally. Really what practicing self-love is, it looks like you talking to yourself positively, throwing away your scale, because I know some of y'all out there get on that scale first thing almost every day, and then it messes your whole mood up. All right, so maybe we need to throw that scale away, or put it in the back of the closet where it's hard to get and we ain't gonna find it. Or else letting go of the comparison mindset. I know, y'all, this stuff is easier said than done, but the first thing we have to do is bring it to our attention and be aware of it, so that then we can make a plan to move forward. All right. So really what self-love is loving yourself unapologetically. All right. And so this is what we're really working to achieve, you all. But we got to start with self-care.
Yes. So to tap into that gratitude, that acceptance that Tia was talking about, is we have to start with self-care. And so to define self-care for you guys, it is the practice. I want to highlight practice. Doesn't need to be perfect.
Right.
Taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness. So taking a moment here to think about, what are you doing to actively protect your own well-being and your happiness, to elevate that? And it's really important, again, to recognize and emphasize the fact that self-care is a part of this overall journey of self-love, to get to that self-acceptance, to get to that place where you can provide that unconditional love. And so how important it is to take that and practice active role in protecting yourself.
Right.
Journey.
And it's a journey. Did you hear Kayla say it's a journey? We ain't gonna get there today. Okay, it's a journey.
Yes, it is.
All right. So why is self-care so hard to achieve? There's several reasons that come to mind that I imagine most of you can relate to, and I want to thank our audience members that participated in my post earlier this week, where we were asking about some of the challenges that they face. And so that's some of the reasons that I'm going to mention today. So some of the reasons are, I'm too busy. All right. Sometimes we're avoiding it altogether. All right. then we're scared. We don't really know ourselves, and we're scared to get to know ourselves. We're scared what we're gonna find out. We lack that confidence. Feeling guilty because it may not, we may not be seeing it as anything productive, productive. You know what I'm saying? So then that we might be seeing it as selfish. But hey, Kayla, tell the people self-care isn't selfish. It's the way of giving to others, because you can't give to others from an empty cup. All right. So the biggest thing I want to tell you right now is sometimes we really get in our own way from knowing and honoring our truth. And what we need to do is show ourselves some grace. All right. Release those expectations and really listen to ourselves. So if you need to show yourself some grace, I need you to comment and say grace for me. So if you need some grace and show yourself some grace, go ahead and comment. All right. Because I need some grace. This is a journey. That's what we say. This is a journey. I'm not perfect, but I definitely want to encourage you. That's the biggest thing, is let all of these expectations go and show yourself some grace.
Amen. I need to see more grace. Grace
right.
Because we all need it. I mean, I commented down it. Tia needs some grace. We all need some grace. So we want to spread that magic around here. So in our next IG Live, we are going to be really addressing a little bit more into exactly the different types of self-care. So that way you can break it up, get all these excuses out of the way, and start taking action towards providing that self-care, protecting your well-being, not feeling selfish, making sure that it's attainable and achievable. And so we really want to make sure that we're doing that. So in our next IG Live, which is going to be in September 18th. Put that on your calendar.
Yes.
We're going to be diving into that. But bringing us back in, now we really want to dive into this confidence piece. So what is confidence, right? It sounds so simple, but let's define that for a minute here. So confidence is trusting in one's own qualities and abilities. Trusting in one's own qualities and abilities. So when we get down to it, confidence means to know our truth. Confidence means to know our truth.
Hold on, Kayla. Say it one more time for the people in the back. They ain't hear you.
Are you guys ready? Confidence means to know your truth.
That's it.
Take that for a minute. Allow that to soak
in. So, we now want you to take a minute and we're going to ask you, what is one quality about yourself that is undeniably true? All right. Again, what is one quality about yourself that is undeniably true? What we mean by that is, what is something that no one can challenge because it is the truth? All right. We want you to comment below, and we're going to give you a minute to comment below, and we're going to give you a little music to help you along the way. All right. So tell us, what's one thing about you that's undeniably true?
I'm going to play our music here for us.
I might sing a little bit.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. And be hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, cause we hope. Wasn't so apocalyptic. I try to spread my message to the world the best way that I can give it. We can make it.
I love that. I see
my wit funny.
Anyone else have anything coming up? Connect deeply with people.
I connect deeply with people. I'm kind. I like food.
You need good taste buds.
That I'm crazy as a Bessie bug, and that I always go hard for those I love. I'm kind and I'm hopeful. I have great creativity, lovable. Great job, folks.
I'm gonna slow down our music here since we're getting some really, really awesome people.
Music makes me happy.
People, I love it. Thank you guys so much for participating. We love to see it. And I love to see you guys sharing your truths And for those of you who are able to share one, I want to say that is absolutely fantastic. Own that, walk in that,
Right.
that. Know that no one can take that away from you. It is undeniably true about yourself. So hone that and own that. And if you weren't able to come up with one right away, don't worry. You're not alone in the struggle of identifying your undeniable truths. For whatever reason, it is so hard for us to be able to identify these truths and to own them and to not have them questioned, right? So we want to start this conversation as you start, maybe this is your first time talking about self-care, self-love, and confidence. Take that time to really ask yourself, what is my truth? And you can't say that there's nothing, because there are things that are undeniably true. Do yourself the justice, do yourself the grace of identifying what that is.
Yes. And it's very important to have these intentional conversations with yourself. To sit, sometimes we're so busy. And what I know as a coach is that a lot of times when folks are working with me is that I'm working with them and helping them take this time to identify what outcome they want. What do you want in life? Because a lot of times we take time to recognize what we don't want, but we're not really clear about what we want and what is our truth. And so we want you to have these intentional conversations with ourselves, and as well as really recognizing what your truth is. Okay.
Yes. Recognize it. And so I completely agree with you, Tia. And how can we be confident if we don't know our truth? Again, just recognizing that. So this is going to be one of your 2 action steps for today that we want to leave you with is, what is your truth? What is it?
That's it. And we want you to take this truth and we want you to write it down, post it, make it your background on your phones, your computers, put it everywhere, post it around all over the house. So everybody in your house also knows your truth. Okay. And we want you to own it, own your confidence, because this is really your step 1 of your self-care and on your self-love journey. All right.
Beautifully said. So step 1, knowing our truth, honoring that, screaming it from the mountaintops of what our truth is. So step 2 is going to be learning how to ground ourselves. So in all the chaos and everything of life, how do we bring ourselves back down? So Tia, why don't you tell us exactly what we mean by grounding yourself?
Right. And really grounding yourself is just a helpful tool to bring you back to your own, to be present and to be in your truth. So I like to say, after this class I took, it was be here now. How can we just slow down? Everybody slow down. And if you want to close your eyes in this moment and just say to yourself, be here now. What's happening around you? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? How does your body feel? What is your soul asking for? So really connecting with what's happening here in the present. We really often find that we don't even have a strategy to ground ourselves. So it really leads us to feel like we're overwhelmed, depressed, lacking confidence. We might have fight or flight response and things like that. So I want you to drop in the chat really quick if you've ever felt this way. All right. And then the other thing I want to say to you is really another grounding thing you can do is ask yourself really what you want and why you want it. And so when you focus on those things, it will help guide you and make the choices you need to make. So whether it's taking care of yourself, prioritizing your needs, being selfish with self-care, because it really ain't selfish. And selfish, if it was, it's all right. Okay?
It is all right. I love that, Tia. And again, we want to be bringing ourselves back to the present moment and being able to find relief and asylum within ourselves. And so we really want to provide you guys with some strategies. I think what Tia was talking about, the reason why we have this overwhelm and this depressed and this scariness that comes over us is because we don't have that exit strategy. How do I bring myself back in? So we want to leave you guys with 4 strategies today. They're going to be quick, 1 to 5 minutes. Shouldn't take you long to be able to ground yourself. So Tia, what's strategy number 1?
All right. So if everybody thinks really quick, what is something that is within this 1 to 5 minutes? All right. I ain't gonna make you wait too long. It's a song. So
Yeah.
tip number one is play a song.
Play
Think
it.
about what your favorite songs are for your different moods. I got a gospel song that's one of my favorites. So when I need to get in that zone, I can play any Afrobeat song. So whenever I listen to that, that amps me up.
Yes.
Really, just think about it. A song is 3 to 5 minutes. It can change your spirit, your mood really fast. So what songs are gonna really lift your spirit? Please put some songs in the chat, you all, for the songs that change your mood and lift you up and put you in a positive space. Because sometimes we may be at work, somebody done got on our last nerve. We might need to run in the bathroom real quick, put the headphones on, and play this song. So there's some tips for you for day-to-day. Somebody at the house, you might need to run in the bathroom, do the same thing, take a walk. You can play the song, and it can really, really change your mood and stuff like that, and the energy. So name some of the songs you. I would want to see them in the comments. All right, tip number two.
Tip number two. Sorry, I'm dropping a song right now.
Okay.
You Are Enough by Londrell. He's
okay.
incredible. So go check out that song. I see we have Odessa. It's Only. That's another fantastic song. So yes, drop those songs in the chat. Share the magic with everyone.
All right, Golden by Jill Scott.
Ooh, I love that. Don't Worry, Be Happy. Yes, that's
right.
a great one.
Right.
We got some magic flowing in here. So to slide into tip number two, tapping into your senses, allowing yourself to reconnect with your body again. So I have this technique that I like to use called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. And it's super easy. For 5, we are going to find 5 things that we can see, 4 things that we can feel, 3 things that we can hear, 2 things we can smell, and 1 thing that we can taste. And you can mix it up with your senses. You don't have to do it in that exact order with those exact senses. If you feel like you have more things that you're smelling and you want to identify 5 things that you're smelling, fantastic. All this allows you to do is have that better relationship with your body and allow yourself to communicate with it. And then again, bringing yourself back into the present. What do I see around me? What am I hearing? What am I feeling in this moment? And so it's a really beautiful technique and can take a little bit of practice, but it can be super helpful and super quick.
Tia? Kayla, I need you to tell the people one more time. It was 5 what? Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so 5 things that we can see, 4 things that we can feel. So textures around us, maybe the breeze on our skins. On our skin. 3 things that we can hear. So maybe it's some music, some cars, whatever it may be. 2 things that we can smell, and then 1 thing that we can taste. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique.
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to grounding.
Okay, awesome. I hope y'all heard that and took those tips down. All right, so I got tip number 3, and so it's affirmations and expressing gratitude. All right, I'm gonna start out. This is when the coach, be calling it out. So sometimes we be out here lying to ourselves. And what I'm gonna say, we be out here lying to ourselves. So I'm gonna encourage you to reframe those things. Those things that we are speaking negatively into our life. And the other thing is, whatever story you're telling about yourself to yourself, that can change your biology. Just want to have that tip out there. So I want you to speak life into yourself. So whatever lies you are out here telling yourself, I need you to fix it. So if you're saying I'm not worthy, change that. I am worthy. If you're saying you don't deserve the desires of your heart, I need you to change that. I do deserve the desires of my heart. I am beautiful. I'm loving. I'm kind. Go ahead out here and address those lies that we might be telling ourselves so that you can change your biology and you can manifest the beautiful things that you want in your life. I am a business owner, successfully making enough beyond the money that I thought I could do at this day job. Sometimes these day jobs ain't what we want. So go out here and speak life into yourself, and then express gratitude. One of the things in my coaching practice I do is I ask people what's going well, because we are so numb to how are you doing. We provide surface answers, but when I ask people what's going well, it gives them an opportunity to think about what actually is going well. So a lot of times people say I'm alive. It's a blessing to be alive right now. We have so many people who've lost their lives. All right. So it's a blessing to be alive. Just sitting with that. That I can say I have shelter. I had my cup of coffee this morning. That was great. It's a blessing. I got to connect with my grandmother. I got to see outside. I got to meditate this morning. So I want us to really zone in on how we need to affirm ourselves and being grateful for what we do have. All right.
Pop off, Tia.
I'm sorry. I had to get to coaching. I had to coach. It had to happen today.
Yes. Affirmations.
Right.
Gratitude, pulling you back in,
Right.
removing all the lies, get rid of the garbage, rid of this false narrative. Like,
Right.
what's it doing to serve you? Is that what you're saying
Right.
today? I highly
No.
doubt it.
Yeah.
Throw that away. So,
Right.
yes.
Yes.
So excited, so pumped. Okay, tip number 4. Our last and final tip for you guys is body movement. Body movement, body movement, body movement. And
Right.
whatever way that means to you. That means dancing, if that means just pumping those arms, getting
right.
hyped, if that means going for a walk or working out, whatever that means. We have so much, especially for those that might struggle with anxiety, we get lots of pent-up energy within our bodies that
Right.
just feels ucky. I mean, who can relate with that? Just that ucky feeling of just dirty, gross energy just running around, and we need a release. And so being able to move our body can help us release all that energy, and then again coming back into our own, allowing ourselves, maybe tapping into that, expressing the gratitude and affirmations,
Right.
whatever that may be. This can be a really great way to clear out that energy and then come into yourself and feel stinking good, as you should.
That's it.
So
That's
feel that. Ooh, I see shaking your hips in there.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Feel that beauty of your body moving. Like,
Right.
allow yourself to embrace it and feel good and get that good juices flowing and that good energy flowing.
Right. 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 Because also, if some of us would say exercise, and it's real negative connotations with exercise. So when you think of it as movement and all the flexibility and options that it can be, it's going to help you release whatever you need to release, whether it's weight, negativity, pent up energy, all of that.
Yeah.
All of it. We're here for it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kayla, what I do is, me and my 7-year-old niece, we regularly have dance parties, or sometimes it's a dance competition. We throw on some Afro beats and turn it up. Okay.
Yes. We love a dance party. Who doesn't love that? I was doing a dance party before this Instagram Live, getting feeling good. I just saw someone comment, dancing is a joy. It is a joy.
That's it.
Good. You gotta get excited. So yes, I hope you guys love those tips. Definitely utilize them. And this is going to be our number 2 action item today.
Right. Yeah. So we need you to figure out and use those grounding techniques. So what works for you? If you haven't already shared what works for you, we want you to comment below and let us know what has worked for you. If you already have something that works for you, or which one of the tips that we provided, 1, 2, 3, or 4, that really resonates with you. Okay.
Yeah. And just to repeat those tips one more time for you guys. So tip number 1 was playing a song. Tip number 2, tapping into our senses and our body. Tip number 3, affirmations and gratitude, talking to ourselves positively and lovingly. And tip number 4 is getting that body movement in. So which one of those, go ahead and comment a number below that you really resonated with and that you're going to ultimately end up using as your strategy.
Pretend twerking in the room by myself. All right.
Is it really pretend twerking, or are you killing it?
Playing a song and tapping in. All right. The one I can think of too that folks may be doing, we get in that shower and play that music and even if we can't carry a tune, we can carry it in the shower. So if we sing it in the shower, that's one. I was tearing it up this morning, but I ain't gonna sing for y'all right now.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. I think we're all guilty of singing in the shower. At least I hope we all are, otherwise. But Well, now we want to open it up to a Q&A portion. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them either in the comments or there's like a little question area. So if you have any questions for us regarding anything that we talked about today, we covered a lot. We talked about self-love, we talked about self-care, confidence, knowing our truth, as well as grounding and some tips that go along with grounding. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them. We'll give us like a minute or two here to see if any pop up. And yeah, we're so excited and we really hope that you guys got a lot to take away from this.
Right. We got some 1 and 4. I love listening to a beautiful chorus. They sing soulful affirmations, playing a song, tapping into my senses. 1 and 4 depends on where you are at and what you can hear. I love playing a song and going for a walk. Yes, that's combining 2 of them, right? Playing a song and then dancing. That's combining 2 of the tips. You overachieving. That's it. Right. And then, the other thing I want to encourage folks to do, celebrate yourself. Celebrate. We celebrate the small victories. It doesn't always have to be something huge and epic. Shoot, I got up and I meditated today. So I'm celebrating that I did my meditation this morning. Small things. It doesn't have to be epic. All right, if I put some fruit and vegetables into my body, let's celebrate that. Let's normalize celebrating ourselves and our victories, small and large.
And I think that's like another really big takeaway that everyone should get from all this is self-care doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be this huge planned out, scheduled, crazy run around social media looking craziness. It can literally be as simple as playing a song, talking to yourself positively. Take those small steps that are so important in this self-love journey that will really, really elevate you to that next level and have you feeling good. Like you said at the beginning of this, what does your soul need? What does your soul need? Listen to that. Run with that. Own that.
And continuing off what Kayla said, how do I need to be nourished today? We don't need to think about every day and how it needs to be nourished. How do I need to be nourished today? And then think about it from the perspective that small hinges, look at your doors, it's small hinges, swing big doors. So these small steps have huge impact in the long term. Okay? So how do I need to be nourished today? If I meditated today, we don't have to beat ourselves up and be overwhelmed if we don't meditate tomorrow. What does your soul need tomorrow? That's what you're going to ask yourself. What do I need today? Sometimes it might be I need to watch some Netflix and just lay here on the bed. Sometimes I might need to just sing a song. That might be all I have. The next day it might be taking a walk. The next day it might be I need to connect with friends and we need to pour love into one another. Don't remove these structured ideas of what it looks like. And remember, always connect to it's a journey. It does not need to look the same.
So Tia, really quickly, we have 2 questions that have come in. So I want to start with the first one. And so this question is, sometimes self-care means setting boundaries.
That's it.
Right? Protecting our energy and our well-being and our happiness. So how do you set these boundaries with family and friends so that way you can take care of yourself? That is a fantastic question. Tia, do you want to take it first or you want?
Amazing question. Hey, if I can start and you can finish it. Okay.
Let's do it.
So, hey, setting the boundaries is self-care. And so I think it is, any change, just like, our brains are set, we have this critter brain. So our brains are set with any change that our body thinks we need to protect ourselves. So even when we are telling others that there needs to be a change, they're going to initially be rejecting and oh, what's up? Do I need to protect myself? They might become defensive when you say, I need a boundary. So just go in the conversation saying, all right, here, family, here, friend. Here's what I'm striving for in my life. And therefore, what that means I need to do so that I can feel well, so I can be positive, and so that I can also encourage others. And I want to demonstrate healthy living, giving your reasonings why and why it's important to you. If they are truly your friends and your loved ones that care about you, when you explain why, they should respect it. Now, if they don't, then that's even more reason why you need that boundary.
Yes, I
Yeah.
completely agree. Exactly what Tia was saying. It starts with that level of communication, and starting with the level of communication with yourself. What is that boundary?
Right.
What needs to happen? And then
Right.
being able to do yourself the justice and them the justice of, hey, this is what this looks like for me.
Right.
And I think it's so beautiful, like we were saying earlier, with your confidence and your truths, to like scream them from the mountaintops, right everywhere, show them to people. Because again, this is something that's undeniably true about yourself. Same with your self-care. This is something that you need to be able to like kill it with those truths and be the person that you need to be.
Right.
So again, if they care, they should be able to respect. And sometimes it's uncomfortable because maybe they're struggling. They're on their journey too.
Right.
But it starts with taking that first step.
Right.
First step of
right.
recognizing and ultimately communicating. So
right.
Yeah.
And then you can even follow up with asking them, here's what I need to establish. Is there any way I can support you in similar ways? Is there any boundaries that we need to establish that I haven't necessarily been aware of that you needed before? So, it's a give and take. So it's showing people how you want to be treated, as well as showing them I can support you in similar ways. And not just coming from it from a place of boundary. It's like, this is love and support.
Yeah.
All right. This is give and take, you know?
Yeah.
And this is all part of a healthy relationship. We just can't be running ourselves ragged, trying to please everybody. Heck no, that is not real life.
No.
That ain't real life.
It is not.
Right.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. I hope that answered your question. And we'll dive into the next question. So how does one really start to tap into your senses? What is the starting point? So that is a fantastic, if it's okay, Tia, I'm going to start off with that one since that was my tip with the technique. So sometimes if I'm being really honest with my journey, it was really scary getting to know my body and just getting to know like all these like maybe discomforts, and instead of just like shoving them away and ignoring and avoiding, and actually allowing myself to like connect with them. And so again, you got to start somewhere. And I think that really beautiful starting point is just simply checking in with the present moment. So doing that technique, allowing yourself to this is like a little tip that I want to provide you guys all, is just by simply looking around your room and turning your head from left to right allows your nervous system to really slow down and calm down, and allowing yourself to recognize that you're safe. And safety is the most important, and I would definitely say the starting point when it comes to learning to tap into your senses and yourself is making sure that you are in that safe environment. And so just by turning your head around, finding 5 blue things in the room will really allow yourself to calm down, connect, and be more in tune with your body. So do you have anything else you want to add to that?
You know it. So I will tell you all, initially I was somewhat resistant to meditation because I was like, I can't turn off the noise, I can't slow down, I can't anything. But one of the biggest things I learned through meditation is simply just by me closing my eyes, then I motivate the other senses to really kick in, and then just saying things to myself like, be here now, then actually feeling the air on my face. So that's one of the things I was feeling the air, hearing what the birds sound, just really slowing down and really thinking about what's around you, and really being like, okay, the walls are white. All right, I have this painting behind me, this epic sister with this orange, like just really connecting and slowing down. How many flowers do you see? What color are those flowers? Some people take walks. I did this practice with one of my coaching classes where you take a walk and you do a color walk, okay? So if you choose a color before you take the walk, and then you take the walk and see how many times you see that color. Take pictures of things that are in that color. So you're really connecting, because sometimes we're so busy, we missing out on things. All right? We got to connect. That's how we get to be present now. A lot of times we're so busy thinking about the past, so busy thinking about the future. We are not appreciating the moment that we're in now.
Yeah.
Slow down, folks. Slow down for a moment. And then it can increase as we are on this self-love journey.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll see where these small things, they start transitioning. You start adding more and more. And you're like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I just want to say this again, Tia, because it just felt so good. Slow down.
Right.
If that's the first step that you take, slow down. Take that minute to 5 minutes. Do it. Do it for you.
All right. Everybody write in the comments, slow down. I need y'all to say slow down because we have to do grace. So we're going to slow down as well.
Yep.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, Tia, we have one last question here.
Okay.
We'll kind of get things wrapped up. But their question is, what's the best way to make time for self-care? They said, I've had a hard time saying no to people, so I can make time for myself. So what would you recommend for a good way to let people know I need time for myself?
Again, it's having those conversations. But first, the first thing is you got to choose you.
Yeah.
So again, I said, as we begin, it doesn't have to be long, but it's going to eventually build. Because as you begin caring about you and then loving you and truly doing it, then you're going to be like, okay, she needs more or he needs more. And so it can start with that 5 to 10 minutes of intentional, where in the mornings, I wasn't necessarily establishing a boundary. I was getting up before everybody just so they couldn't disturb me. All right. So honestly, eventually they understood that I needed my time, and everybody respected each other's time. But I just had to make this choice for me. Okay, again, remember these key words: intentional.
Yeah.
So now that we are aware of some things that we're lacking, aware of our undeniable truths, aware of what our soul needs to be nourished, once we are aware of something, we can't ignore it any longer. All right. So then we got to make intentional choices to feed and nourish the soul. What do I need? How can I show up for myself? Now that I know this is undeniably true about me, how can I blow that up? Okay. How can I take care of me? And all of me and love me, because times are different. Like the other thing I always say is the things that we have done before to cope and take care of ourselves were perfectly for what we needed to get us to this point.
Yeah.
But now that we want differently, we have to make some changes.
Yeah.
So we don't negate the things. We ain't gonna beat ourselves up for how we did life before, but now that we want something different, we have to do things differently.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Boom. I hope you guys all heard that.
That's it.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Did you want to respond, Kayla?
Tia, I think you nailed it on that. And I mean, choose you. Choose you. And make yourself that priority. That is the first step. And it will become so normal for you to begin to choose you. And the people around you will begin to recognize that and appreciate that for you. And so it just starts with you. And I mean, hey, if I had a friend that came up to me and they were like, if Tia came up to me and she was like, hey, Kayla, like, this is what's been going on. This is what I've been struggling with. And this is what I'm going to start doing to take care of myself. I'm going to be like, hell yeah. Damn, what do I need to be doing?
Right.
What steps do I need to be taking? And so remember that we are all struggling. No one is perfect. No one has it all figured out. We are all struggling. And it's so important to remember to humanize ourselves and remember I am human, they're human, and bring it back to that. And again, if they aren't able to understand that, that's a bigger conversation that we'll need to have. But bringing it back to that is so important, to be able to allow yourself to choose you and spread it. This is once this starts catching, it's going to spread like wildfire. You're going to be seeing your friends and family doing the exact same, which is beautiful. And it's going to propel you all to continue to love and boost that self-love journey that we've been talking about today. So, all
right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your questions. And thank you for being here with us today. So real quick, before we wrap this up, we want to ask you, what, if anything new, have you learned today? We want you to share that in the comments, okay? What, if anything new, have you learned today about self-care and being on your self-love journey?
We want to hear from you. We want to know. We are so excited. And we also want to remind you guys, so Tia and I, we are both life coaches.
Right.
Tia has Phoenix Nest Coaching, and I have the Lunar Radiance Wellness Center. And so we both offer complimentary sessions. We want to talk to you. We want to hear what's going on. We want to help you create those boundaries. We want to create that action plan with you.
Right.
That way you can be living in that truth, feeling good, making those changes that you recognize are necessary. And so we highly recommend that if you resonate with one of us or both of us, book a session with both of us. We would love, again, to see you. We want to hear from you. We want to hold space for you. And so you can go ahead and book those sessions with the links in our bio, as well as Tia's website is phoenixnestcoach.com. And my website is thelunarradiance.com. So make sure to book those sessions. We want to help you. We want to hold you. We want to uplift you. That's what we are here for. And we are so excited to help you make those changes and live your best life. So
yes. All right. And so next time we're going to dive into those 4 categories of self-care. So we're going to help you work it out so you can identify 4 different types of self-care that you can have and should have in your life. And then we just want to say thank you for attending. We hope to see you again. We encourage you to send put some comments in about future things that you want to know about, so we can include that in our upcoming videos. Again, we said this self-care, self-love journey discussion will be a 3-part series. So we're telling you that our next one will be a discussion of the 4 different categories, and we're going to have some information that we're going to work through to help you identify those 4 categories. All right. And so we do this every third Saturday of the month. Okay. So the next Saturday again is September 18th at noon. Okay. September 18th at noon.
Make sure you are marking those calendars. Again, September 18th at noon. This is going to be part 2 of our 3-part series. Where are you on your self-love journey? And again, thank you guys so much. And Tia, you want to take it away?
Oh, and we're going to end this thing with a dance party. Didn't I tell y'all that my niece loves to have a dance party? So she says she ready. I hear the music going. Come on, Pooh. Hey!
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yes.
Don't she get it?
Yes, she gets it.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya. Thanks, everyone. Woo.